This is QTV News. I am Marietu Sidibe and thanks for joining us. Coming up, a former member of ex-President Jammeh's alleged hit squad stunned the TRRC when, after hours of denial and contradictory evidence, agreed to come clean and tell the truth. Tobacco use has long been identified as unhealthy, and yet efforts to stem its use appears to be failing. Concerned organizations have met to address. On their return from an international consultation tour, the Constitutional Review Commission took the opportunity to update the press on their progress. For more on this and other stories, stay tuned. Aliu Jeng, a former jungler who allegedly participated in multiple killings and tortures, on Thursday admitted to participating in the killing of Dauda Nyasi, Deida Haidara, the 2006 alleged coupist, and others. He made the admission while testifying at the ongoing TRRC public proceedings. QTV's Ansumane Esonyasi tells us more.
So this time around, you gave us half the story.
No, I don't give half the story in this matter. I was told not to shoot because...
By who?
By Tumbul himself.
You changed your story because you were trying to protect yourself.
I'm not trying to protect myself in this matter.
Were you lying when you told us you changed your story because you were protecting yourself?
Yep.
In an unprecedented, controversial, and often contradictory testimony, Aliu Jeng, a former jungler, whose name has been adversely mentioned in connection to allegations of heinous human rights violations, on Thursday admitted to participating in multiple killings. His victims included Dauda Nyasi, journalist Deida Haidara, Haruna Jammeh, foreign nationals including 44 Ghanaian migrants, and the alleged coup plotters of the failed 2006 coup. In an attempt to extricate himself from blame, he denied allegations of murder and torture levied against him. However, after he was shown testimonies of his former colleagues Malik Jatta and Omar Jallow, the witness stunned everyone, telling the commission that he had lied throughout his testimony and admitted he did participate in multiple killings.
When you told us that you did not go to the Deida Haidara mission, were you speaking the truth or were you lying?
Man lima la laaj mooy ne ca njëlbeen bang ñu waxee ne demuloo woon ca fañ doon reyee Deida Haidara loolu la laaj ne sa kàddu googu dëgg la wala fen la.
Loolu nekkul dëgg.
That is not true.
So it is a lie.
On da nga fen.
Wow.
Yes.
And you lied because you wanted to protect yourself, correct?
Te da nga fen ndik da nga bugg aar sa boppa du dëgg.
Wow, wow.
Yes.
And that objective of protecting yourself is still there.
Te jubluwaay boobu nga jëloon nag pour aar sa boppa ben tey ci loolu nga nekka.
Ba léegi nekkuma ci.
No, I'm not on that.
You changed your story about Deida Haidara because you knew you were going to get caught.
Furthermore, the witness denied participating in the killing of Ndongo Mbub and said he could not remember if he participated in the killing of the former president's cousin Haruna Jammeh.
You have heard
Dégg nga fi.
Malik Jatta described what happened to Deida Haidara.
Wax na li nga xam ne moo dal Deida Haidara.
Would you now say that his testimony is correct and truthful?
Léegi ndax di nga mun a wax ne lim fi wax lu am la te dëgg la.
Waaw lu am la.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Jërëjëf.
And Dauda Nyasi, you have heard what Malik Jatta said. Is it true what he said?
Ci mbiri Dauda Nyasi dégg nga li nga xam ne moom la fi Malik Jatta wax.
Waaw dégg naa ko.
Dëgg la ndax du dëgg.
Waaw loolu dëgg la.
Yes, it's the truth.
You also participated in the execution of Dauda Nyasi.
Bon bokk ngay tamit ci rey biñ rey Dauda Nyasi.
Waaw bokk naa ci.
Yes, I participated in it.
You fired your weapon at him.
Soxi nga sa fetel ci kawam.
Wow.
Yes.
Meanwhile, he told the commission that they took their orders from ex-President Jammeh. The witness is expected to reappear before the commission on August 19th when the commission is set to resume its public hearings. Ansumana iso nyasi for KTV News.
The Ministry of Health, in conjunction with the National Tobacco Control Committee, is meeting to finalize and validate a draft national control program, which they developed in 2018. According to the ministry, the meeting also aims to help prepare a work plan to begin rolling out activities in the fight to control tobacco consumption in the Gambia. Momodu Lamin Choi reports.
The National Tobacco Control Committee members came together to assess progress in their tobacco control programs. After reviewing with a view to finalizing and validating the program document, which includes regulations of the Tobacco Control Act, they promise that this will strengthen their efforts to ensure effective implementation of laws on tobacco control. Since its enactment, the Tobacco Control Act of 2016 is said to have been ignored by many, despite the Gambia being a signatory to the WHO Framework Convention on Tobacco Control, which state parties are obliged to fully implement. Control on tobacco consumption has been low in the country. However, according to the Director of Health Promotion and Education, the Ministry of Health is tightening its measures against improper tobacco consumption in the Gambia.
The Minister is coming out with a statement very soon, and that statement is now going to tell us an effective date has been selected for the effective implementation of the Tobacco Control Act. And during this day now, after that day, we are going to make sure that we start implementing. And even one of the things is like, people are not also supposed to sell cigarettes to minors. So one of the things in the Act, minors, no one should sell it to them. Below 18, it's not allowed.
The Act of 2016 is set to lack regulations, and this meeting, which involves stakeholders from multi-sectorial working groups, will help them come up with a work plan which will be implemented across all sectors of life. Their strong message is that it will no longer be business as usual.
We're now telling the public that we will be out, but before we come out, we want people now to start to see how best they can do away with smoking. Those who are smoking in houses, you have a child, you have a mother, you have, for example, a toddler, for example, and you lock all the doors and start smoking inside, we are saying, please desist from that. We are also telling people who are also sending minors to buy cigarettes for them, the law is not allowing it. We are also telling people not to advertise any form of tobacco products, and we are also telling people not to smoke in public.
Tobacco consumption is seemingly on the rise among the population, and the introduction of shisha smoking has added another challenge to the Tobacco Control Committee. People's misconception about the consumption of shisha is that it is harmless, but medical research evidence shows that people who smoke shisha can suffer from high carbon monoxide levels, at least 4 or 5 times higher than the amount produced by cigarettes. In addressing that, the Director of Health Promotion issues a clarion call to the public to avoid practices which are against the law.
Shisha, as you said, has been used by a lot of youths in this country, and then we are also concerned, and we will very soon you will see us, you will even feel our presence. Because as I said, we cannot do most of the function without the regulation. But now, and also we cannot do most of the function without people being aware.
Statistics from the World Health Organization indicate that tobacco kills more than 8 million people each year. And out of the 8 million deaths, 7 million die as a result of direct tobacco consumption, while 1.2 million die of second-hand smoke. Momodu Lamin Choi, QTV News.
Months after embarking on external public consultations, including with Gambians in the diaspora, members of the Constitutional Review Commission have returned home. A press conference was held to brief the media on the latest constitutional review progress. Aisha Jan reports.
The Constitutional Review process is a historic exercise. The Constitutional Review Commission, on a mission to seek the views and aspirations of Gambians living outside of the country and other stakeholders, has returned home. The press conference, held on 7 August 2019, gave details of the Commission's activities. Justice Chelna Jallow, chairman of the Constitutional Review Commission, gave a press statement, first of all commending the impressive enthusiasm and patriotism shown by Gambians at home and abroad in the consultative process in shaping the new draft of the Constitution. He also gave insights into the procedures used in the process of collecting the thoughts of engaged Gambians across different countries.
This engagement has taken the form of direct face-to-face public consultations with Gambians both at home and abroad, dialogue with political parties and key central and local government institutions, dialogue with civil society, written contributions in response to the CRC issues document, conduct of household surveys where a total of 9,263 eligible respondents from the age of 18 years upwards were sampled in different enumeration areas throughout the country.
Among the key concerns raised in their consultation with the people on drafting a new constitution were democratic governance, strengthening of government institutions, proper management of public finances, empowerment of local government authorities, checks and balances on government institutions, and protection of the natural environment. The chairman also addressed the raging public debate regarding the budget appropriated for the commission to embark on consultation with Gambians in the diaspora, many of whom said the move was unnecessary and at the expense of taxpayers' money. He defended the need for face-to-face consultations with Gambians abroad.
The total amount that was budgeted for the external consultations was $18.9 million. And I want to make sure you get that right. The total amount spent, that was what was budgeted for. The total amount that has been spent on the external consultation is $14.6 million. That's over a savings of $4 million.
The deadline for the submission of position papers, which expired as of 15 July 2019, has not gone unobserved, and the chairman gave justifications as to why the commission is behind schedule.
That deadline, of course, has now expired. We have to terminate the consultation phase in order to proceed to the next phase of piecing together the opinions we've received. We are very much mindful that our mandate constrains us to an 18-month period, which expires towards the end of this year.
Hawa Cisse Sabali, CRC Vice Chairperson, assures the Gambian public that the able commission entrusted to build a new constitution will pull all the strings necessary to complete the task. The CRC started its public consultation in October last year, and their mandate has a timeline of 18 months. It is envisaged that the new constitution will give Gambians the opportunity to enjoy their rights as citizens in many areas where the past regime failed them. Aisha Jain, QTV News.
We will go with a short commercial break, and the news continues when we return.
Metalum have been in the Gambia for more than 2 decades, and they are known for providing quality to their customers. At Metalum, we have high-quality kitchen units, both wooden and steel. Sanitary supplies, gypsum boards, tiles of different sizes and colors. We are the sole distributor of original Decra roofing tiles in the Gambia. Metalum is the solutions. Visit us at Kanifing Industrial Estate, opposite Nyambai Sawmill. You can call us on 437-2626, 333-8080. Visiting hours, Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. At Metalum, we believe in quality.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is QTV News. A 3-day training course organized by the Network of Journalists Against Illicit Drug Trafficking and Organized Crime with funding from ECOWAS is underway at the Nana Conference Hall in Kanifing. Jaina Basonko reports.
The training brought together journalists, youth associations, drug law enforcement agency personnel, amongst others, to build their capacities on addressing drug use. The training centered on environmental influences, evidence-based prevention, interventions, and policies, international standards on drug use, prevention, amongst others. Momodu Kante is the president of the Network of Journalists Against Illicit Drug Use and Organized Crime. He talks about the successes the network has registered.
JETOC is a young organization, but then we are doing very well in terms of radio sensitizations. Since the inception of JETOC, we have been embarking on radio sensitizations, of course with support from the Drug Law Enforcement Agency. And also we have been going with also the Drug Law Enforcement Agency in all the sensitization programs. And currently, two of myself and another executive member of JETOC, is undergoing the 1 month intensive master training for universal treatment curriculums organized by DROCO Colombo Plans, which is actually will enhance our capacity in terms of training and issues connected to drugs.
It has been recently wrongly reported that an officer from the Drug Law Enforcement Agency stabbed to death a UTG student, Keba Seka. The enforcement agency's PRO, Usman Seidiba, took the opportunity to once again clarify this matter. In an interview with QTV, he urges journalists to be professional in their work by getting their facts right.
We have our recruitment policy that we've put in place. We have our planning unit. We have our human resources department that is a directorate. So therefore, what happened is that there is a team that goes through to vet people that are being selected. As at now, as part of the reform process, we will not deny the fact that in the past, yes, it's not only the security, but in many departments, there are people who find job in places due to connection here and there. But today we are talking about reform, and this reform process starts with who? We start with us. If you talk about the agency, you talk about institutions. Who are running those institutions? It's me and you. So therefore, what you need to do, what every institution does, is to have a proper recruitment policy, have strategies that are put in place that direct and guide how they do their recruitment. And then that also need to be based on what? Based on the strategies that are put in place, and that will determine the job specification and job description of the individuals who are needed. So for us, what we have been doing, we have our recruitment process, we have our interview panel, and then we also have our exams that people pass through.
Participants, especially media personnel, are urged to use their different platforms to spread the facts about the harmful effects of drugs and for youth associations to organize community outreach programs. For QTV News, I am Jenna Basonko.
Old and special needs pilgrims successfully performed Umrah in Makkah. Some used wheelchairs to be able to carry out the task. Babukar Sise is in Makkah and he files in this report.
Hajj is physically demanding and should be performed by those who are fit to perform the rites of Hajj. Quran makes it clear that Hajj is obligatory on those who are physically and financially capable of undertaking it. However, disabled, differently able Muslims who wish to perform Hajj can fulfill their wish if adequate preparations are made before and during Hajj. Al-Hajj Basiru Lee is a Hajj guide for Tiawan Travel and Tours.
Today we are taking the special people who cannot take themselves. Disabled people are there, handicaps are there, and other people. So those people, we call them special people. And we need to perform everything with them as we did it with the other people. I think today is a very important day for us. But today we are going to complete for them the Umrah that we are intending to do tonight with the special people.
Some of the elderly and special need who are preparing to perform Umrah say they are ready for the task. We are
preparing to go today. If you cannot walk, then you use a wheelchair. I did not go yesterday because I was sick, but I'm okay now. They went in the morning and asked us to wait. I'm worried about walking, but they say we can use wheelchairs.
Performing Hajj with elderly people can be quite challenging and requires extreme patience. Due to their lack of physical strength, they are relied on family members or Hajj guides for most of the things.
My son bought a wheelchair, so he took me round to do Safa and Marwa 7 times.
Isa Tafsir Gay, a Hajj guide, says the Tawaf and Safa and Marwa was completed successfully.
A special area si Kaaba bi si kaw tuuti foo xam ne foofu leen jagleel wheelchair yi because bëggu ñu nekk di tampanganteeg ñi nga xam ne.
There is a special area for the elderly who use wheelchairs. That is where they did the Tawaf and prayers. From there, we took them to Safa and Marwa at a special area for wheelchair users.
I'm not the same. I'm not underground. I'm not the main floor before only for wheelchairs.
Pilgrims will leave Makkah today and congregate at Mina, as tomorrow is the 8th of Dhul Hijjah. At Mina, pilgrims will spend the whole day offering prayer services before moving out to Arafat, which is the most important part of the entire pilgrimage. Babkar Sise, QTV News, Makkatul Mukarrama.
Before we end this bulletin of the news, let's take a quick look at our main stories. A former member of ex-President Jammeh's alleged hit squad stunned the TRRC when, after hours of denial and contradictory evidence, agreed to come clean and tell the truth. Tobacco use has long been identified as unhealthy, and yet efforts to stem its use appears to be failing. Concerned organizations have met to address. On their return from an international consultation tour, the Constitutional Review Commission took the opportunity to update the press on their progress. That's all we have for you in this edition of the news. Join us tomorrow for more news. Thank you for watching.